Hi, readers. My name is Dawn Houston. I'm the coordinator for Booktrib's book club program. I'm here today with author David Frost to talk about his new book, Kaboomer. I just love the title, by the way. David's book is one of the selections available in Booktrib's book club program for September. Thank you so much for taking time to talk to us today, David.
What a pleasure. Thanks, Don, very much.
We are on a time crunch as always, so we're just going to dive into those questions. The first one being no spoilers, but what can you share about your book that we wouldn't find on the jacket cover? Maybe a little insider information.
Sure, insider information. It is never too late, or as Jack LaLanne's epitaph shared, it's better to wear out than rust out. So if you want to have a long health span and die suddenly at an advanced age, you should read Kaboomer. It has seven days of the week, 7 S's: strength, stability, stamina, stretching, don't stress, anti-inflammatory sustenance or eating, and restorative sleep. So each chapter has, 45 minutes to an hour of what I consider good stuff to help you thrive and strive into your 90s.
That sounds fantastic. What's your background? That for you to have written that?
Oh, golly. I know we're pressed for time. I've been around a few blocks a few times, but after a naval career, I went into industry. And then at some age, I decided Saturdays and Sundays and nights would be better spent on my endeavors rather than corporate America. So I left a large disadvantaged corporation called Lockheed Martin and founded a company called Well Past 40 with my intent to help other people profit from the lessons that I learned from my own Phoenix-like event in September 2001. So that was my Phoenix event and the genesis for writing Kaboomer.
The book actually sounds like it's right up my alley. I just turned 50 this year, and on my 50th birthday, I made a list of 50 things that I wanted to accomplish this year. And a good portion of them are related to health and fitness. So things like completing my first 10-kilometer run, hiking mountains. I live in the Rockies. So I can definitely see those 7 tenets that you were talking about. They all make considerable sense to me. And probably would make for great book topic discussions. So why should we choose your book?
Well, golly, that's of course in the eyes of the beholder, the reader, or the listener. Yet, if someone does want to thrive and strive into their 90s, if you're very, very, very lucky, you may be able to do it without doing what Tom Hanks calls the work. So, if the book readers like Tom Hanks, he said you have to do the work, and I agree that being aware, being a student of your endeavor, as you are, as you approach the halfway mark. Although in hockey, you don't have halfway, do you? You have two separate periods, not halftime, but
We
uh,
have 3 periods, so we're
three
good.
periods. But for the second half of your life, it's important to be a student of your endeavor, always train like you're number two, and surround yourself with resources. And I argue that Kaboomer is to be devoured. It is to be dog-eared, highlighted, and of course, folks could give me a call because I'm pretty passionate about these last 13 years on my own journey toward trying to walk the talk of thriving and striving into my 90s. So I've got a ways to go. I've got 19 years to go, and I want to ensure that other people know, yes, you can.
I love that. It's also going to obviously make for some great discussion around the table for sure. Things that we could be doing better or aren't doing at all, or things we didn't even know. I know for me, I struggle the most with sleep. And that
Uh,
is
and the chapter for sleep is called Mimicking Morpheus. Very interesting. Morpheus was this little nymph that used to sneak his way in mythology into boudoirs and sleep. And mimicking Morpheus, which also is the word morphine. If you can have restorative sleep, it makes life so much easier. The brain needs it. You don't generate the happy hormones, serotonin, and so on. If you don't sleep, your brain doesn't cleanse itself. It has its own flushing system, and if you don't sleep, you don't flush. And it's just so incredibly important for both men and women. And I know the women have a um, uh, extra challenge going through their menopause, but hey, ladies, guys have menopause, although in lesser numbers and lesser effects. But sleep is absolutely critical. And please, please think about mimicking Morpheus, having a morphine-like sleep naturally. So.
That sounds fantastic. Okay, we need to segue off your book for a second because I'm very curious to know what is the best book, fiction or nonfiction, that you've read in the last little while and why?
But not my own.
Not your own.
Oh,
No.
darn, because I thought the best book I've ever read was Strong to Save, which came out in January. But no, one of the extraordinary works, if we had more time, I'd share two. The second one would be Breath by James Nestor, a New York Times bestseller. How important it is to use the nose for immunity purposes, releasing Dr. No, nitric oxide, and so on. But for number one, it is A History of the World in Six Glasses. Tom Standage's book about, let's see if I can do it, spirits, wine, beer, coffee, tea, water. And it's from ancient times to modern times about how the world has evolved through the prism of six glasses. Awesome. And if it's not on your book club's list, it should be, in my opinion.
Absolutely. It sounds fascinating. I
So
love that.
Tom Standage, History of the World in Six Glasses.
Adding it to my TBR. Also adding to my TBR, it looks like you have a bit of a backlist of books as well.
Well, yeah, I'm working on number three, which I think will be titled Your Ticker Tape, The Importance of Cardiorespiratory Fitness from an Experiential Point of View. As an aging athlete, I found that bell curve doesn't fit me and my ticker. So working on that, but my first book was for the baby boomer generation, and a Kaboomer is someone that takes two steps at a time, not two pills at a time. So if people wonder where Kaboomer came from, it's a baby boomer, but that he or she who takes two steps at a time and shies away from polypharmacy, taking multiple pills to feel better. But the next book is for Generation X, like you, Strong to Save. Absolutely imperative to move heavy stuff as great medicine. More and more we read about how important muscle mass is. So that's generationally, that's for you and other in book clubs. But for the younger readers in your book clubs, hey, this is great for mom and dad, aunts and uncles. But those same 7S's are ageless. They don't just work for baby boomers, they work for everybody.
Yeah.
So.
You're very fascinating. I feel like I could talk to you all day. But I did promise readers 5 minutes, and I know we're already over. So I do have to
Oops.
wrap this up. That's okay. They will love it. So thank you again for your time, and best of luck with this release as well as your other.
Oh, thank you very much. It hopefully, as TED Talk would say, but in my own way, hopefully they're good words worth spreading. So I hope your listeners and the book club folks will take it seriously. If they want to gain 7 to 10 extra years of vital years, they have to do the work. And the 7S model is not a bad way to go.
Fabulous. For more information about David's book, please check out the book club page on the booktrib.com website. Thank you.